You know, I've been thinking of what to call the people that we have in the love chat. You know, like, should we call you guys love chatters? This was brought up to me in a comment, and I don't know what to call the community other than just the love chat community. You know what I mean? Lovers, nah, I don't. Come on, we can do better than that. How is everyone doing? Hello, love losers. Somebody, another one of my mods said Rory's Army. I like that one. The Avengers. How's it going, guys? How's everybody? The coffee is fresh brewed, and so we're doing okay. The chatters, I don't know. Epic gamer, I'm not a fan of the word epic. Helloers, people who say hello. Humans, how about we call ourselves humans, right? I like the Avengers, but that's taken. It's not the Revengers, Rory's peeps, coffee lovers. I'm going with the two Tims. They make sense. They're talking sense. All right. So here we are. Today is the 9th. On the East Coast, it is 4:53. And, you know, I think it's time to answer some questions. So let the flood begin. I'll say this early, and I'm sure I'll say it again at some point. If I do not answer your question, I swear I'm not ignoring you. As I say this right now, there are 83 of you here, and once we're really into it, I'm expecting an upward of 200, maybe 300. So if I don't get to your question, do me a favor, just retype it. And if I did not get a chance to get to it during the live chat, leave it in a comment once the video for the live chat is posted. So this is recorded, and it is automatically uploaded as soon as I end the live chat. Live chats are usually about an hour, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. So let's jump right in. And the first question is from Daniel. He says, why am I tanking? I thought I was doing good these past few weeks, getting over the anger phase. Basically, I explain this to a lot of people. And the breakup is like a roller coaster. And so let's think about this. You're doing really poorly at first, and then some time goes on. Then you're doing okay, right? You can get through a work day without feeling completely horrible. And then you go through a little more time. You're doing okay, right? The idea that maybe you're not going to get back with your ex is an acceptable one. And then you're doing really well, like really, really well. The best you've ever felt in a while. And then for no reason, you crash. This has happened to so many people that I speak to. And it's just part of the roller coaster. You know, it's just part of that roller coaster. Sometimes you're going to do really well. Sometimes you're not going to do really well. But I guess I'll say my theory on this is that our brains make that one last ditch effort to try and reconnect with our ex, right? That last, you know what? I'm all in. All my chips are in. Let's just try and get them back. And that's when you crash. So you're doing really well. Nothing happened. And then you feel bad. That's usually the very last bump in the road. And then after that, you're good. After that, you're officially over your ex. That's what I have observed in my coaching. That's what I've observed in my own life. Of course, does it happen to everybody? Not at all. But it does happen enough for me to mention it. So, Ryan Fisher says, hey, Rory, your thoughts on a female... Why'd you call him a female? A person leaving after 8 years because she's confused about her sexuality and doesn't know who she is. She had a female at work tell her that she likes her. So... yeah, I mean, that can be confusing, right? Feeling like a stranger in your own skin. Absolutely. And I'm speaking from experience because I had that exact thing happen to me with my fiance that I speak about, my ex-fiance. So yeah, think about how confusing that must be. You know, you guys were together for 8 years, and then out of nowhere, she's questioning her sexuality. She's liking members of the same sex. Highly confusing time. Absolutely. So, additionally, what I would, as an addendum to that, I want you to consider the fact that maybe the attraction's not there right now in the relationship. Maybe you guys are getting a little stagnant. And maybe, you know, right now, give them the time and the space to figure out what they need to be doing. You know? So, yeah, it sucks for both of you, right? Because one person's not sure who they are, and you're dealing with the aftermath of that. And I think that what's really important to remember is that during their time of uncertainty, you need to be certain, right? And your certainty is that you love yourself, you're going to take care of yourself, you're going to give them the time that you need and the space that you need, And I think that that's going to be the healthiest for both of you. And it's going to give you the best possible chance to get your partner back and the best possible chance of winning your life back. And I'm going to say this early because, guys, we are all going through the same story with little changes, right? My book is not quite like your book, but it's generally the same story, right? The Lion King and Macbeth, same story. Or was it Hamlet? Whatever, doesn't matter. The point is, it's the same story with different variations. And so a lot of the questions that we get asked are the same, right? How do I win my ex back? Are they going to come back? Do they still love me? Do they miss me? Are they thinking about me? Is this my only chance? Does no contact work more than once? These are questions that we get so many times, you know? And it's not so much that I don't mind answering them, because I remember what it's like to be in the anxiety and to answer those questions and ask them to all of my friends and all of my family and anybody who would listen. And when I didn't get an answer that I liked, I would rephrase the question in a way that I did like. That way, maybe I could get a different answer. It's called confirmation bias, right? I'm only going to... Is my microphone being weird? What's up with my mic? Oh, the cable was... You mean from yesterday? The cable was faulty. It sounds good now, right? I didn't actually test. I should have tested before I went live. So, I think the big thing that we need to remember is that how alone you feel is... It's part-time. It's a part-time feeling. It will go away. It does get better. You do get better. So I just want everybody here to think about that. Think just for a second, take a step back and look at what some of the people are asking in this chat. Look at some of the other questions. And ask yourself, man, wait, I asked that question before. Man, I felt like that too. In fact, as weird as this will seem, a breakup is one of the least original problems you can have. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Like, we feel so alone, and yet we're going through the most common problem in the world. Alex, how are you, my friend? Good to have you here. Everybody say hi to Alex. So it's just interesting to think about that. We're all going through a period of time where it is so turbulent, and we feel like it's going to be impossible to get a good outcome here. And at the beginning of a breakup, we're only concerned at winning them back. The idea that we shouldn't have them back or we shouldn't win them back is completely out of our mind. We can't consider it for even a second. Charlene, good to have you here. Welcome to the channel. So, or Charlene. I don't know, it's Charlene or Charlene, but welcome either way. And Kevin, welcome to everybody who's new. Good to have you guys. So, yeah, chat, most of us will no longer be in these streams, and it will be filled with, yeah, new brokenhearted people. And that's kind of the goal, you know? The goal is to one day no longer need to visit this channel. The goal is to one day no longer need these videos. That's the point. So, just some food for thought, which is totally, I think, what I'm going to name my book. Food for thought. And there will be, on the cover, there will be no love, there will be no heart. It will just be like a picture of, like, me eating food. Because I'm hungry all the time. Let's see here. When is it out? That's a good question. Soon. Soon. I should have kept my mouth shut until it was closer to being done, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's get to a couple more questions here, because I ranted for a bit. Pax says, hey Rory, what if my ex reaches out and it was a long-distance relationship? So treat it like it's a short-distance relationship, right? Hey, how are you? How's life? How's it going? I'd love to talk with you sometime. Right, when are you free for a Skype date? When are you free to meet up on, you know, on what is that Apple thing? Face chat. What is that called? I don't use Macs. What is it called? You guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, treat it exactly like a normal, regular breakup. Your ex is reaching out, and if your ex is reaching out to be a friend, FaceTime. Thank you. Thank you, Steph. If your ex is reaching out to be friends, well, you don't want to be friends. So remind your ex, hey, you know, I'm only really interested in romantic reconciliation. If that's not what you're interested in, you know, thanks, but no thanks. So Yeti, I owe you an email, and it's actually, you're going to be getting it today. So I will get to that, Yeti. I ain't forget about you. Tim says, I'm over my ex. I just like to follow the love chat for advice, not to make mistakes in the future with a new love. Yeah, and I think that's the important part too. And thank you for following, Tim. Part of it is that you want to use these skills in future relationships as well, not just to win an ex back, right? Not just to win an ex back. So, something to consider there. Khaleesi, hey Rory, I did the breakup because he was not making effort in the relationship. Was breadcrumbing in the relationship? Was breadcrumbing? Do I still do no contact? He is now breadcrumbing. Yeah, unless your ex reaches out to you directly, you do not reach out. Breadcrumbs, we don't want them. If they send a meme and nothing else, or an emoji and nothing else, that's it. You don't respond to that. We don't want that. What you want is conversations with humans, people. What charities are today's donations going to? So they haven't actually changed yet, because I started the last charities in the middle of the month. So the charities that we're doing now are two charities. One is called, and for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, sometimes what people like to do is to send donations, and the donations will appear on the screen, and your question will pop up. That money does not go to me. That goes, 100% of that money goes to two charities, and they change every month or so. The first of which goes to a charity that is based in New Jersey for a gamer who died. He was a very popular gamer. He did a lot of work for St. Jude's. His name is Allied, so it's the David Allied Hans Foundation. And the second charity is a national charity, which is called the ASPCA. It's for animals. I'm sure you guys have heard of that one. All right, Steph says, have you ever had a case when someone comes back after 3 breakups? 3, wow. The last one is kind of long, more than a month. Does it diminish after a while? It does. It does diminish after a while. It can be hard to say exactly how, and how quickly, rather. It could be, I've had situations where people were on and off 7, 8 times. Every situation is very different, so it's hard to say that. But I think the general idea is that if we continually, here's the best way I want to put this. If we continually keep our relationship in a place that is negative, aka a breakup every time they come back, yeah, they'll continually be like, oh, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again. Hey Vic, thanks for the $10 donation, man. That one's going to animals, to ASPCA, in the name of the love chat. How cool is that? Appreciate you. So what I'm trying to say here is that, guys, relationships are supposed to be fun, right? They're supposed to be enjoyable, easygoing, and fun. And when relationships are no longer that, then why would anybody want to interact with us, right? So on Steph's question about the breakups, will a breakup of 3 times now, does it become less effective over time? The answer is yes, because the breakups keep happening because the underlying problem hasn't been solved. So that's like waving your hand over fire to check if it's still hot. You know, we want to fix the problem. Turn the stove off. Then it's fine. So relationships are about fun and being easygoing and relaxing. And so that's where we want to keep it. In a place that is fun, easygoing, relaxing. Mateus, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. I'm not sure what currency that is. I'm just going to say thank you for the 17. And one of you guys can enlighten me because I'm not sure what currency that is, but thank you all the same. So I think that's what we all really want to focus on. You know, we want to focus on having great relationships, great lives, and making sure that as we go, we're living a life that we feel good about, right? That's the key phrase here. I don't want somebody to come into my life to make me feel good. I already want to feel good. And then them being in my life is like a bonus, like a reward for all the hard work that I've done. So consider that. Hi, Summer, long time. Hi, Rory. Lately, my ex has friended 2 of my close friends on Instagram. He never cared to add them when we were together. Why now? I have no idea. Maybe he wants to find out information about you. Maybe he wants nothing, right? Maybe he just... that's impossible. It's impossible to answer accurately. Mr. A, thank you for the 10 euros. Hi, Rory. We've been in no contact for 4 weeks now. It was my birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mr. A. Everybody, give him a happy birthday. She never reached out. Should I give up all hope of her reaching out? It feels horrible. Your videos have helped so much. Thank you. No. I mean, that's a kind of a subjective term if you think about it. Like, giving up hope. You should give up hope of your ex coming back. Let me phrase it like this. You want to give up hope of your ex coming back because that is hope contingent on someone else, right? Hope that you don't control. Instead, there is no hope. There is the certainty that if you love yourself, if you take care of yourself, if you give yourself happiness, you have A, the best chance of winning your ex back because it's attraction instead of manipulation, and B, you have the best chance of living a good life. Not even chance, you will. As you address the things that make you feel worse about yourself, you will feel better about your life. Right, so questions like that are kind of what I'm getting at here. All the questions that we ask are based on them. Do they still love me? Do they miss me? Do they want me back? Will they come back to me? All of those types of things. But I want you guys to consider that the questions that we're asking and the person that they're directed at is putting a band-aid on the underlying symptoms, right? Or on the underlying causes, rather. If I have a disease and I'm only addressing the symptoms of the disease, but the main problem is still there, what have I really learned? What really got fixed, right? We don't want our ex back just because we want them back. We want them back for a healthier relationship. But if they're coming back only to leave again because the problems haven't been fixed, what are we doing here, right? This is gratuitous then. There's no point asking these questions or having these live chats, right? You want to have healthy lives. You want to have healthy relationships. And I will continue saying this until I'm blue in the face because it's true. So let's take another question here. Ryan says, hey Rory, my ex left me for her guy best friend. She monkey branched. Is this possibly a rebound? Monkey branches usually are rebounds, yeah. So my guess would be yes. Can I say that with complete certainty? No, but it is definitely possible. It depends on how long you guys have been together for, to a small degree. Here, Jace says, hey Rory, I just wanted to let you know I haven't been around because my ex came back and I'm better than ever. So everybody right now, look at Jace's comment. Jace says, hey Rory, I just wanted to let you know I haven't been around because my ex came back and I'm better than ever. And I know I'd be like that without him too. That's what I'm talking about. Jace took care of herself. Jace loved her life. So everybody can get a congratulations for Jace. Andy, thank you for the 10 euros. This is for Animals too. These live videos are awesome. I don't have any questions anymore, really. Thanks, buddy. You're very welcome, Andy. I appreciate you. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. What do I think of the ketogenic diet? I love keto. Did I watch the latest dating guy video? I love the dating guy. He's a good coach. He's a great coach. I hate the word coach. I really do. Ugh. What? Oh. Andy, did you send... Oh, well, thank you for the 20 euros. See, Andy's the man. Did I agree with the MGTOW movement thing? Do I agree with it? Yes. How he presented it? Yes, I absolutely do. Absolutely do. Bethel says, hey Rory, I'm confused. I heard that my ex is doing terrible ever since I unfollowed him on everything. Did I do bad in unfollowing him? I did it so I won't stalk him anymore. No, I wouldn't say you messed up at all. Oh gosh. Guys, stop sending me all this money. Yeti says, join Discord, guys. And by the way, April here in the comments got pregnant with her ex, and he dumped her because there was no spark. Real issue, in my opinion. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's... I mean, if somebody gets you pregnant and then leaves you, I mean, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, right? Give me 1 second. I'm going to get you guys the Discord link real quick. Here is a link, the official link to the Love Chat Discord. Discord is a free app to use. All right, there's 2 links to the Discord. Either one. You guys can click either one. And so I think that the big thing to remember here, guys, is that in relationships, we always continually place importance on the other person. I need to focus on them. I need to make them happy. Right? But if I'm always focusing on them, if I'm always making them happy, and I forget about me, then effectively, I'm making them more important than me. When that happens, since I'm only focusing on them, and I'm only concerned about what they're doing and what they're up to, and I forget about me, I am actively devaluing myself. Why does somebody want to stay with me if I'm not valuable? Think about that. George, thank you for the 5 Canadian. Appreciate it, my friend. You want to think about it like that. It's kind of a nice place to be when you don't have questions anymore, just enjoying background music and a sense of community. I love that. See, I love that we have a community. I think it's really cool, guys. So I don't know, it's just amazing that we manage to do this so often that we devalue ourselves for another person. And then we almost and then we wonder why breakup happens. It's about not getting to that point. You guys should take this information and carry this into your next relationship, if it's with your ex or if it's with somebody completely new. Amanda says, my boyfriend of over a year lied about being in contact with his ex. He continued to lie after she sent me screenshots. It's just like that. That person doesn't care about you. That person would rather lie to you and lie straight to your face than have a good relationship with you with open and honest communication. He doesn't deserve you. You deserve better, and he doesn't deserve you. And the minute that you're able to accept that is the minute you overcome this. You don't deserve a liar. You deserve somebody who is in your life who would never dream in a million years of getting rid of you, who loves you. Brian says, she reached out again. What do we talk? What do I do? We talk here and there. If you want your ex back, my recommendation that I tell most people in most situations is that you want to tell them, hey, you know, I'm glad things are going well. But, you know, I'm not really interested in being your friend, and I notice that you're trying to be friendly with me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, but it doesn't work for me. I don't want to be your friend. I'm not interested in being friends. I want you as a romantic partner. And give me a call if you change your mind and you'd like to reconcile. Because you're not interested in friendship. You don't want to be around while your ex eventually moves on and dates somebody new. You don't want to deal with that pain. Can you make a video on attachment? Yes, I'm actually working on that video, so that's going to come out soon. Mina says, hi, how are you? I'm good. Does age impact the no contact rule? No. Age does not impact no contact. Because no contact is not based on behavior that is dependent on age. That's contingent on age. Validation, I would say perhaps that's not entirely true. It is perhaps slightly less effective as we get older, because as we get older, we become more certain in who we are. But I would say the difference is negligible, right? Like barely less effective. But I'll have to pull some actual numbers. That'd be a harder one to study, but I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can look into that. Matic, thank you so much for that. That's very nice of you. Trey says, hi Rory, I saw my ex today for the first time in months. All the memories came crashing back. I couldn't focus for the whole hour of class. How do I move past this and the emotional regression? I mean, the easy answer is time, right? Time and continued effort. You love yourself, so continue working on yourself. But there is the inescapable ingredient of time. One of the big reasons we work on ourselves is to make time go faster. Because as you guys can imagine, and as you're all completely going through, you understand that time makes all of this slow down so much, right? Or perhaps a better way of phrasing that is, after you're going through a breakup, every day feels like an eternity. Every minute feels like forever. You're keenly aware of how long time is. But when you're not going through any kind of grief, I'm gonna allow this comment because it's funny. And then I'm gonna remove it because it's a spoiler. So the thing I was saying here is that after you're going through a breakup, you are dealing so much with time. It all slows way down. And that is harmful to a lot of people, is because they're left sitting on a couch like stewing in their own thoughts. But I think a big thing to remember here is that the big healer of all things in relationships is self-work and time. Those are the two big ones. Hi Rory, I'm airline crew just in the gym in Santiago, working out to you. I take you all around the world. Thank you. Oh, cool. I've been all around the world. Excellent. Where are we going next? Michael says, my ex sends me pretty pictures of herself. Why would she do this if she dumped me? Attention. Validation. Your ex wants that attention and that validation from you. Don't give it to her. Not because you're mean, but because you don't want to be manipulated. You're not interested. Tell her, hey, thanks. You look good. Hey, if you're not interested in reconciliation, please don't talk to me. John Winter says, "Hi, Rory. My girlfriend and I broke up 2 months ago after 2 years. I messed up, begged for 2 days after, even agreed to be friends. Since then, I went no contact. Did I hurt the chances of her reaching out? If you did, it's just barely. If you're begging and pleading consistently, like every day, then yeah, that's going to hurt your chances. If you did it once or twice and you agreed to be friends, but then you're not actually trying to be friends, then that's totally fine. It has less to do with what you said and more about what you're doing. You know? So I would consider it like that. I don't think you harmed your chances dramatically, no. As long as you change your behavior now. Brian says, "Can playing too many video games ruin your relationship?" I mean, yeah, if it gets in the way of the relationship, you know? If instead of taking your partner out for that dinner you promised, you play Fortnite, yeah, that will pretty quickly destroy your relationship. Don't think of it as video game specific. Think of it as addiction specific. If you're addicted to video games and the addiction's getting in the way of your life, yeah, it will ruin a relationship. Hi, Alyssa, how are you? Walter says, "X started liking my Instagram posts after 4.5 months of no contact. 5 of my last 8 posts. Always watch my stories, though. 8-year relationship, 6 months. Man, I remember your story. She monkey branched into a rebound. What do you think?" I think you're being a secret agent, my friend. We've talked about this. If you play Fortnite, you're doomed anyway. It's funny. Walter, I think she's starting to miss you. Monica says, "We broke up 9 months ago, dated for 5 months. Is it normal to still be thinking of him daily?" I think that it is bordering on the line of becoming unhealthy. And I would ask, what are you doing to begin working on yourself in those ways? And those ways that matter emotionally. This was the end of that. Are you talking to a counselor? Are you journaling? Are you taking care of your mind? And the second thing is, it's time to know to start dating. Guys, we shouldn't completely avoid dating. You should just date when you're ready and not a moment before. I think for a lot of people, they begin dating way too early or way too late. Hi, Dan. Of course I remember you. How are you? How you been? It's okay to start dating, right? One of the great joys of life is dating somebody who we find to be really attractive and who attracts us. But the big key is to not get too sucked into it, right? You don't want to get too sucked into the relationship. You don't want to get too sucked into this person that you forget who you are. And so I think that that's where we all go wrong, is we find great relationships and great people and we throw everything we got at it. That's where we get really messed up. So let's see here. Dan says, "She added me back on Snap and Instagram. I had to block my ex on everything. My mental health comes first. Good for you. If she wants to reach out, she will find a way." Exactly. Hey, Rory, what if my ex, I assume, texts me for Mother's Day? Should I respond? I ignored his last text because he never set a date. Vanessa, you don't want to ignore people, right? That's the wrong way to go. You want to... Ignoring can be taken as a form of manipulation. That's why we don't want to do it. We want, like I said, healthy relationships. So, if your ex reaches out and tries to set a date, say, "Hey, I'd love to meet up. When are you free?" And as Corey Wayne says, set a definite date. A definite time, a definite place, a definite date to meet up. So if there's any interaction that we can have, it should be a light-going, easy, positive one. Right? No drama, no talk about relationships. But why do we do that, right? Because so many of us want to talk about the relationship to our ex and the breakup to our ex. And the reason that we're not doing that is because we want to have positive interaction, right? We want to interact with somebody and think, "Oh, I want to go hang out with them. Whenever I hang out with them, I laugh and I smile." Relationships tend to end because when we hang out with people too much and the interactions have gone from mostly positive to mostly negative, you no longer believe you can have positive interactions with that person. So that's kind of where it begins. Dan says, "I'm doing good. I got a new girlfriend who shares the same belief of keeping our individuality and sharing our completeness rather than completing each other. Going on 2 months. All right. Round of applause for Dan. Congratulations, man. Good for you." Walter says, "Mind reading secret agent, I am. but I have met someone new. Probably is. I know that I'm not 100% healed. Problem is, how should I go about this so I don't ruin a great opportunity? Stay open, stay honest. Stay open and stay honest. Let the other person know where you're at. Back away sometimes and let them know why you're backing away. Take some time for yourself. Allow them to back away and don't go chasing, right? They are not your partner. Don't make this new person pay for the crimes of your partner. I see that so often in coaching and it pisses me off more than anything. And some of you guys, I've given you guys, like, you know, the bitch out of a lifetime, because some of you guys, I'm not going to name names, make your ex pay for crimes of a previous partner, and it drives me nuts. Most of the time it's your ex doing it to you, but not all the time. So don't do that. The new person you're dating is not the old person you're dating, so don't assume that they'll be like the old person. Mark says, hi Rory, ex has not reached out for 6 months, but has started looking at my WhatsApp stories and liked a Facebook photo I posted. I know this is mind reading, but is she curious? Yeah, probably. Probably. If she's looking at your stuff, looking at all your stories, yeah, she wants to know what's up. We don't know why. Could just be that she was thinking about you, and could be that she misses you and wants you back. Could be nothing. Hey Rory, when will we hear about the contest winners? So that will be in tomorrow's video. Oh, tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, but I didn't post a video Monday. So yeah, you guys are getting a Friday video. So the contest winners are announced tomorrow, in tomorrow's video. At the end, so you have to listen to the whole thing. Nah. It's been 2.5 months since the breakup, but she's still posting pictures of us on social media. That seems manipulative. That seems manipulative. So I would not... Yeah. I'm not sure what to make of that. If you guys have been broken up for 2.5 months and your ex is posting random pictures of you and her, to me, that strikes me as manipulative, and I wouldn't go for it. Could be a control tactic. George says, is it unlikely for her to contact again if her parents pushed for the breakup? Extreme gaslighting. No contact for 4 months, working on yourself. Good. Is it unlikely? When families get in the way, it doesn't help. It doesn't help things, right? Because the wrath, it's either stay in a relationship with you that my family hates, or, you know, don't deal with that bullcrap. It's not going to help the relationship. Outside circumstances can kill a relationship. It can. Addiction, like we talked about earlier, can kill a relationship. Family can kill a relationship. Religious or political differences can kill a relationship. It's a lot. Learning how to balance these things in a relationship is key. That's what makes a good, happy, healthy relationship. You know, the amount of times I've said the word relationship and ex, it must be in like the hundreds of thousands. So, Trent says, hey Rory, should you share your dog with your ex? It is my dog, so I don't have to. Or should I leave her life completely during no contact? No, you should leave. It's your dog. That dog is yours. It's your dog. You bought it. You paid for it. It's your responsibility. It's not your ex's responsibility. Don't use it as a bargaining chip. Do not do it. That will blow up in your face. Caitlin says, hey Rory, I still miss my ex despite it's been 9 months since the breakup. I started dating and have continued the work, yet feel sad when I have random reminders. Is this a normal part of feeling? Absolutely. 100,000% yes. It's completely normal. And as you continue to grow and as you continue to heal, you too will get better. And you'll meet somebody who you're really attracted to, and that's the number one thing at this point that'll help you get away from your ex. But like we always talk about, the key is maintaining yourself in a new relationship that you really, really like. Vanessa says, you're the best coach ever. Always keeping it real. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Julia says, is there a chance for an ex to come back if in a previous relationship they tried to reconcile with their ex, but never worked despite both parties trying? That made my head hurt. All right, let me think about this. Is there a chance for an ex to come back if in a previous relationship they tried to reconcile with their ex? So you're trying to reconcile with your ex at the same time they're reconciling with their ex. I mean, why would you want to be in a situation like that? That's a love triangle where somebody's running away from you and you're chasing them. You know what I mean? Unless I'm not understanding correctly. If you want to give me a little bit more context there, I'll try and keep an eye out for your comment. Can you make a video on how to maintain yourself in a relationship? I mean, yeah, there's no trick really. You just continue the self-work and continue the self-love, and don't be afraid to say no sometimes. Remember, a good, healthy relationship is equal parts distance and closeness. Distance Make sure that you're not smothering each other and that you get some perspective, closeness to grow the relationship, right? And to spend time and interact. Your partner doesn't unattach from you with distance. They become more fond of you. They want more of your time, right? It's like watching an episode of Game of Thrones but you don't get to see the ending. And you're like, wait, what happened? What happened next? It's like that. Han says, my ex blocked and removed block and blocked again with my new girlfriend. What does that mean? She did it with Instagram as well. Went from blocked to private to public. My girlfriend blocked her. Now it's private. I don't know. It may be that your ex is trying to... if it's Instagram, what I've heard of is that some people will look at your story and then block you because apparently that removes you from having seen the story. I don't know. I don't use Instagram, so I'm not sure. That's unusual behavior, but I would imagine your ex is trying to... That ex is trying to get your attention. Hard to say why. Might be jealous. Might be... it's just really hard to say. Hello. How on earth can I trust someone new after being used, betrayed, and ghosted? That comes with the personal work, right? Like I was saying earlier, this new person is not the old person. It's not the person who betrayed you and ghosted you. It starts with you, right? With love comes risk. It's as simple as that. With love comes risk. And self-love and counseling and all of those sorts of things. The self-work never ends. It's a lifelong process. Francisco, hi Rory. My ex is in a new 2.5-month relationship, head over heels with this guy. Well, you don't know that. We broke up in December, hardly any contact. Last week we had sex twice. She spent the night. What to do? He's rich. Okay, so I'm going to read this again, and I'm going to read it back to you, and I want you to tell me how ridiculous it sounds. I need a sip of coffee. Hold on. I'm not being cheeky. This is actually, I really want you to listen to what you just told me. Hi, Rory. My ex is in a new 2.5-month relationship. Head over heels with this guy. We broke up in December. Hardly any contact. Last week, we had sex twice. She spent the night. What do I do? He's rich. So... if she's head over heels in love with him, and yet she's coming to you and having sex with you and staying over your house, but she's in love with him, you kind of see what I'm getting at there? What do you do? I mean, you're helping her cheat on somebody else. That's tell her, hey, I'd love this, but you got to get out of the relationship with that guy. You got to get out of that relationship. I'm not going to help you cheat. I don't know that I believe in karma as a scientist, but I'd like to think that such a thing exists, and that's not good karma. Don't help her be worse, and don't let her help you be worse. Rise above. Victor says, Rory, have much respect for what you do here. All the questions posted here, I remember asking you. You answered them time and time again. You're really here to help and heal, not the money. Thank you. Thanks, Vic. That's nice of you, man. Appreciate it. Francisco, you're welcome. I like being blunt. Being blunt helps everybody understand what is, not what we want it to be. And I think that's a really important part, right? So many coaches here will sugarcoat. And we can't. We have to be real. In order to solve a problem, we must first admit that there is one. Otherwise, our scope is limited, right? If I don't believe something's wrong, I can't solve anything because I don't believe something's wrong. So that's why I try and be blunt with people. Even sometimes people walk away from coaching a little mad at me because I was blunt. But 97% of the time, they're not. They're like, damn, I needed to hear that. And it's rough because at the same time, as one of my great teachers used to say, which they heard from a pedagogue, but anyway, they said, we have to meet people where they're at, not where we want them to be. And I think that's the most important part here, guys, is you have to meet others where you're at. I have to meet you guys where you're at, right? I can't speak to you as if presupposing you guys are already healed, or presupposing you don't want your ex back, or presupposing you guys are already doing the work to self-improve. Just like you can't speak to your ex presupposing they want you back. It's the hard thing, right? It's all perception. So I think that you need to do the work, right? Don't just listen to the videos. And in fact, for the videos, there's a time to stop listening. You know, there's a time to stop listening to these. And when you can, that's when you know that you're going to be okay. When you don't need a video to get through the day. Jordan says, hey, we're just putting it out there that you're doing a great job. I have helped so many people. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's nice of you. What do you think about School of Life? I've started watching their channel. Their insight soothes my anxiety, but it kind of helped me let go because it's not about bringing anyone back. I haven't heard of that channel, but I'll check it out. I'm always looking for new ones. There's a lot of crap out there. That's what I've learned, though. I'm not saying this channel is. I'm just saying there's a lot of crap out there. There is a lot of really manipulative people out there, and it's amazing to me. Boring Tiger says, I got started to have a close connection with a guy friend, and he told me he loves me. Wow. But when I touched his shoulder today, he said he just wants to be friends. Should I continue hanging out with him? No. Back way the hell away from that. No, no, no. He just told you he loves you, and now you touch his shoulder, and he just wants to be friends? No, get out of that. That guy doesn't know what he wants. Don't be involved in that right now. I think this is the heartbreaking thing about some... I'm not even going to call it heartbreaking, because it's not heartbreaking. It's just the truth of some situations. Sometimes we shouldn't have what we want. You know? Sometimes we shouldn't have what we want. And sometimes not having what we want is what's good for us. Or you need to do a union of real coaches on YouTube. I'd love to, man, but that's just my opinion, you know? I have to dial it in, how often I do things like roasts or calling out other coaches, because there's a fine line between doing that and coming across as a hater. So, there's a fine line. A very fine line. Matt says, girlfriend's father died. Oh, God, that sucks. Came with her to support her and help her however I can. Problem is, I don't really like the way her mom treats her. Do I say something to the mom, tell the girlfriend, or keep quiet? You keep quiet, brother. That's none of your business. That is none of your business. Leave it be. You just be there for her. That's your only job. Be her mountain. You should do a seminar in Australia. I'd love to go to Australia. I would love it. What is the longest no contact period you heard of when the ex tried to come back? Longest no contact. I think it was like... I'd have to check my notes. I think it was a year and a half. I think. It depends. It depends. And what are we defining as no contact, right? Just relationship broke up, you went into no contact, never spoke? Because that's one thing. But some people say, well, what if they got into a relationship in between? I mean, I've heard of people getting back together after 20 years. I wouldn't call that typical, but it's happened. My hand hurts from copy-pasting my question here now. Well, why don't you just copy and paste it? Come on, Twist. You know how the internet works. I'll keep an eye out for your question. Jeff says, my ex recently started dating her friend's ex. Let me think about this. My ex started dating her friend's ex. Okay. Her friends disowned her. My ex, yeah, that's kind of a bro code / girl code thing. My ex constantly kept in contact with me, but last night I decided to either choose me or the guy, and she wouldn't break it. Yeah, you never want to give people ultimatums. That will usually almost always blow up in your face. Almost every time. Like 99% of the time. Alright. Twist says, 2 months after the breakup, my friend ran into my ex. And while they talked about random stuff, she started going on a rant of why she broke up with me. But he did not ask her anything about that. Why? Clearly she feels, in a way, attacked. And she's trying to defend herself from something you weren't attacking her for. Meaning she's perceiving that she's, maybe the reason that they're hanging out. And that your friend is even, saying, staying there for longer than 10 minutes is that he wants to get information from her. And so she feels... Again, this is a guess, right? I don't know for sure. But this is a guess, right? If she's offering up all this information that your friend didn't ask for, yeah, that would mean she's been asked about this so many times, or she's had this conversation so many times, or she feels pressured and the need to explain, hey, here's why this is happening. Do you think I should just let it be, let it run its course and not talk to her? It's a rebound relationship. I don't think it'll last. Yes, and also watch my channel, because I think this channel's going to help, especially for rebounds. Katya says, my ex deleted pictures of me from his Instagram 5 months after breakup. 4 months after no contact. What does that mean? I don't know. We don't know. We can't know, right? It might mean that looking at those pictures hurt him. It might mean nothing. It might mean that he's moving on. We don't know. Might mean that he's dating somebody new and that he doesn't want, that person's a jealous person, and so he took them down. Might mean that he didn't want them there anymore, and he saved them all to his computer. We don't know. I'd love to answer that question for you, but on my channel, we're not in the business of guessing. Or we do it as little as possible, right? If we can help it. Sid says, went on a date with the ex, but said trust is something that cannot be gained back. Well, that's a lie. But kissed after the date, and she said she loves me. Confusing, anxious. What does it mean? I don't know. But what I do know is that she would not kiss you and tell you that she loves you if she didn't mean it. So, back away. Focus on you. Let her reach out again, right? She's going on dates with you. She's kissing you and telling you that she loves you. That's proof. We have proof that she's still into you. So back away. Take care of you right now. Pokemon Master. Oh god. How can we piss off all the weebs in one username? I like the Catherine music. Thank you. I like it too. Twist says, thanks, Rory. She broke up because I commented on another girl being hot. Really? She broke up because I commented on another girl being hot. But she broke up 2 months after I made that comment. That's not why she broke up. That's the reason she's going with, but that's not why she's broken up, rather. Yanni says, no contact since February because the ex is a girlfriend. Then 2 weeks ago, I met a guy and he asked out for coffee. We went out last week, but I find myself comparing him to my ex. Is that okay? I would call that normal. I would call that very normal. You only stopped talking to your ex back in February, right? It wasn't that long ago. You're both welcome. What books do you recommend for personal growth? I am actually, this Monday, we're doing a book. Listen to me talk. We're doing a YouTube video about recommendations. Book recommendations. Oh, Data's getting pissy. You guys know what that means. So we're going to drop the stream here, guys. Thank you so much for attending. I'm going to go take care of my dog now. All right, take him for a nice long walk. Yeah, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Nelson's a good book that I would definitely start with that one. It's a fantastic book. The author is Mark Manson. Guys, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that this has been helpful to a lot of you. And if you are interested, we do have a free Discord, which is basically an online chat forum. It also has voice chatting as well. It's completely free. You can download it for a computer, phone, Mac, everything. And we have a lot of people from the Love Chat community on there just talking out problems, and every now and then I interact with the channel, answer some questions. And if you'd like the link, here it is right here. All right, so I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. And I'll have a video out for you guys tomorrow. So I'll see you all next time.